Okay, so welcome back, and now we're going to do an example of graphing a secant function. So notice that it's already in the form, right, the basic form, so we know what a and b are right away. So we can see that a is equal to 2.5 and b is equal to 0.4, okay? And so we know that since we're dealing with secant, we know the period is going to be given by 2 pi over the absolute value of b, which equals 2 pi over, well, what is this? This is 4/10, right? Or 2/5. Okay? And so what does that mean? That means that this is going to be equal to pi over 5. Okay, so we know what the period is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not pi over 5. It is 5 pi. Okay, so the period is 5 pi. And so now what? Well, we really have everything we need to sketch it, right? So now, the period is 5 pi. And it's got this stretching factor of 2.5. And so, first of all, we need to find out where the asymptotes are located, right? So the asymptotes are going to be located where? Well, in this case, it's going to be, since we're dealing with secant, which is reciprocal of cosine, it's going to be at multiples of pi over 2 times the absolute value of b. Okay. So now, if we think about the cosine function, think about the cosine function. So the amplitude of the cosine function is going to be 2.5. So let's say, let's say this is 1, 2, -1, -2. And let's do, this is pi, 2 pi, 4 pi. And this is going to be -pi, 2 pi. Okay, so let's label that. Now, so now let's sketch the asymptotes. Okay, now the asymptotes are going to be where the cosine function is 0, right? So when is cosine of 0.4x equal to 0? Well, we know cosine is 0 at pi over 2. So think about this. So again, if we divide this by 4, right, what does that mean? If we divide this by 4 in quarters, right, then we know that 1/4, so is going to be what? 1.25 pi. Okay? So there's no shift, right? There's no vertical shift, so we know it's going to start at 1 and a half, right? This is positive, so we know it's going to start here. And what? It's going to cross at what? When x is what? So this is yeah, so 1.25. So this is 2/5, right? So this is 2/5. And when this is 1.25 pi, so this is going to be 5/4. Right? Well, what happens here when this is 5/4 pi, right? When x is 5/4 pi, what happened? This cancels with this cancels with this, and we get 1/2, we get 1/2 pi, which is what we normally, so we know that the cosine of pi over 2 is 0. So again, so that makes sense based on that. So, but again, normally what we do is we take this period and we divide it by 4. And so, boom, we know that it's going to be 0 at 1.25 pi, since the period is 5 pi. That's the easiest way to do it, right? So 1.25 pi is going to be right about here, right? So that's where the asymptotes are going to be at. So every 1.25 pi is going to be, in this case it's going to be an odd multiple. Right? So that means, so think about it. So that's, oops, let me put the asymptotes in. So there's going to be one here. Okay. Now, every odd multiple, so we start here, we're going to skip one. So the next one, the next multiple is going to be another 1.25, which would put us at 2.5. And then another 1.25 would put us at 3 3/4. So we're going to be right about here. Okay. And so we're going to draw the second one here. Okay. And now what we're going to do is the other one is going to be over here. Right here. So we're going to have another one right here. And then here at right there. And so there are the asymptotes. So now, guess what? I know the maximum is going to be here in this one, and that's going to alternate. So it's going to be here, and the other one is going to be here at 1.5, right? And the other one's going to be over here. So this one's going to be right in the middle at, so again, so every other one is where there's going to be a max or a minimum. So there's a maximum here, and then there's going to be a maximum right in between here in the middle. So that's going to be at 2.5 pi, 2.5 pi. So that's going to be at here. And the other one is going to be there. And guess what? Now we can sketch the graph. Now they only asked us to do one period, so either this one or this one would be sufficient. That's it. Have a great day.